Portugal are once again one of the favourites to win the 2024 European Championship tournament, maybe just behind France, England and Germany. This is hardly a surprise. The Portuguese national football team boasts a formidable squad, renowned for its talent, skill and tactical prowess on the field. With a blend of experienced legends, emerging stars and the presence of one of the greatest footballers of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal have consistently showcased their strength in international competitions, making them a force to be reckoned with on the global stage. But can they win the Euros again? Portugal's great exploits in the international space started a few years ago. Although the Portuguese national football team has been represented in men's international football competitions since 1921, they weren't successful in the early days. Their first World Cup appearance was in 1966, and their first European Championship was in 1984. But Portugal have never won the World Cup. Their best go at the trophy was in the 1966 edition when they got third place. And of course, we know Portugal didn't win the Euros until their 8th appearance in 2016, and what a game it was! Nowadays, we all think of Portugal as a relatively successful side, but this is mainly down to the individual success of Ronaldo. Portugal were not a highly rated international side until the 2010s, despite nurturing excellent players for the last 100 years such as Eusebio and Figo, but the 2010s are usually referred to as the team's glory days. It was during this era that the team was led by one of the greatest footballers the planet has ever seen, Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo led the team to winning the European Championships in 2016 and the UEFA Nations League in 2019. Since then, Portugal's standing at the international level has increased. Now, currently, the Portuguese national team have one of the best international football squads, so it's no surprise that they're expected to go far at this year's Euros. In terms of squad depth, not many sides can match Portugal at this year's tournament. Their roster of talented players includes Bernardo Silva, Ruben Dias, Bruno Fernandes, João Cancelo, Diogo Jota, João Paulinho. These experienced pros are exceptional, but they'll be joined in the ranks by hotly tipped younger players like Gonçalo Ramos, Rafael Leao, João Felix, Vitinha, João Neves and Nuno Mendes, to name just a few. The team's brilliance was shown to the world during the just concluded European Championship qualifiers. Portugal's route to Euro 2024 was confirmed in October of 2023 after they demolished every team in Group J, leaving Slovakia, Bosnia-Herzegovina and co trailing in their dust. Portugal won all 10 of their qualifying matches, becoming the 8th national side ever to qualify for a European Championship with a 100% record. And they were in great attacking form too, scoring a total of 36 goals, and their highest goal scorer was, of course, Ronaldo. Portugal actually made history when they thrashed Luxembourg 9-0. They also had the best defensive record in the qualifiers, kept a whopping 9 clean sheets and conceding just 2 goals. Ensuring a rock-solid defence is of course the way to go about winning at big tournaments. Greece were a testament to this in 2004, and Portugal are currently in excellent defensive form. As stated by Man City player Matheus Nunes, we want to go into the Euros strong and always to try to keep a clean sheet. It's easier to win when you don't concede goals. That's what we're going to try to improve, to keep scoring a lot and not conceding. This is the tactic of Roberto Martinez's team. Now, Martinez took charge in January of 2023, having previously enjoyed spells at the Belgium national side, as well as English clubs Swansea City, Wigan Athletic and Everton. The Spaniard has had a near faultless start to his time at the helm of Portugal, as his team won all 10 of their matches during qualification. Although he lost his first match in March against Slovenia, overall he's filled the country with quiet confidence for this year. Martinez generally favours a possession-based style of play. He credits Johan Cruyff with being the strongest influence on him in terms of his playing philosophy. Martinez prefers to play 3 at the back, using his favoured 3-4-2-1 with Cristiano Ronaldo up top. In this shape, Martinez tends to have a cautious, even defensive mentality, with patient playmaking in search of the best possible shooting position. Martinez has a lot of great players to choose from. Portugal have 3 excellent goalkeeper choices. Diogo Costa is playing at a high level and has age on his side, while Jose Sá and Rui Patricio are the more experienced heads, which may be preferred. But regardless, there are 3 great keepers here that are a blessing to be able to choose from. Portugal's defence is actually underrated, apart from, of course, Ruben Dias, the leader at the back, who's playing for the best team in the world and is a key part of Man City's ethos and mentality that is required to win championships. He will be an integral part of the squad. Alongside him, Martinez has a tough call. He can either go for the very old, Pepe or Danilo Pereira, or the very young centre-backs, Inacio and Antonio Silva, or perhaps somewhere in between with Totti Gomes at Wolves. The manager will have to choose experience or youth to partner Dias, or, as we have mentioned, maybe both, with 3 at the back. On the right back front, Portugal are gifted. Diogo Dalot will likely start on the right of a back 5 or a back 4, and João Cancelo has been played on the opposite left side multiple times and has performed well there. Now, if a more natural left-footed left back is required, well then the young Nuno Mendes, who's highly tipped, can fill in. Now, of course, for the midfield. Unreal. Perhaps even rivaling the English and the German midfield, the Portuguese have João Paulinho, who will be the more defensive centre mids, with Ruben Neves or Vitinha likely being his midfield partner, with Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva further up the pitch. These 2 in particular are having excellent individual seasons yet again, both winning trophies and in fine form. Bernardo Silva is another important player in the Portuguese squad. The Man City midfielder is one of the best midfielders in the world. Silva is one of the best technicians the Premier League has ever seen. He might be, in fact, the best player currently in the Premier League. Bernardo is unique. He's not a prolific goal scorer. He isn't the man to rely on to create the bulk of chances, but he's an orchestrator and works harder than anyone else in the squad. The Portuguese international is also one of the most skilled players of his generation, of course. Manager Martinez is a huge fan of Silva. Look at how intelligent he is at pressing, he said. He's a very intense player, recovers the ball, and immediately jumps into the offensive process. Bernardo uses intelligence to read the game. Bruno Fernandes is another one of the most important players in the squad. The Man United captain is known for his versatility and creativity on the field. Fernandes is celebrated for his vision, passing ability, and knack for scoring goals from midfield. His impact on Manchester United since joining has been profound, earning him widespread admiration from fans and pundits alike. In the just concluded 23-24 season, Bruno was instrumental in his team winning the FA Cup and was also a shining star in the midst of Manchester United's dark period of form in the league. He ended the season with 10 goals and 8 assists in the Prem. Speaking of United, we have to talk about the man. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the greatest players ever, no denying it. He's also Portugal's all-time leading goal scorer, the highest goal scorer in European Championship history. The 39-year-old is without a doubt a great player, but given his age, his ability to play at the highest level has been questioned, especially since his move to the Saudi Pro League. Many believe he shouldn't be a starter for Portugal, since he's no longer playing football at the highest level and also because of his age. Former player Frank Leboeuf explains, "For me, Portugal are actually one of the contenders for this summer's European Championships. I actually think they can win the Euros, but only if Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't play." In the absence of Cristiano starting, or even if Martinez wants to play more attacking and have 4 at the back and an extra forward player, for example, Rafael Leão, João Felix and Gonçalo Ramos can be trusted to deliver up front. Leão was one of the best players to watch in the just concluded 23-24 season. With 15 goals and 14 assists in 47 matches, he's currently one of the top wingers in Europe's top 5 leagues. What makes him stand out is the beautiful way he plays. Leão is one of the most feared attackers in Europe. João Felix is also a decent option to come from the bench, and Gonçalo Ramos is another Portuguese player who's been in good form as well. It's highly possible for these players to score important goals at the Euros, and the Portuguese team has many great playmakers like Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva. In our opinion, Portugal should opt with the 4-3-3 formation, with Bruno, Paulinho and Neves or Vitinha as the midfield 3, and then Leão, Ronaldo and Bernardo Silva in the right if they want to field their best team.